Hello and good evening. It's like 5 o'clock right now, even though the sun's setting, you know, daylight savings. The last video I posted, I said I would upload weekly, and that was 3 months ago without a video. I do apologize. Life kind of gets busy, and this isn't like my priority in life, even though I really enjoy doing it. And I want to stay more faithful, and I think I got just the thing to do that. Let me show you. So yesterday I was super fortunate to pick up this really nice condition FA20 short block. Now, the story behind it was 8,000 miles, brand new, fully assembled, stock pistons, rods, stock everything. And piston went out. Guy who sold it to me, when he took it apart, says the previous owner, whoever manufactured the previous owner's engine or put it together, who was supposed to be an independent shop, he says the PCV system was routed awful, and he thinks that crank pressure blew the piston up. Well, didn't blow it up, but did some damage. Let me see if I can find it. So yes, here is the extent of that damage. Not sure really what ended up causing it, whether it was a ring malfunction or the crankcase blowing it apart, but this was 3, I believe. 3 was one that went bad, and thankfully the bore is safe. Let me get the engine up on the table and I can show you more about the inside. So this thing is in really nice condition, even still. Like I said, 8,000 miles when it was put in to the guy's BRZ. I'm not sure. I believe he said it was forced induction, the man who sold me the engine. But I mean, let me get a flashlight on the bore. The bore still has the cross hatching from the machine shop, which is great. Even cylinder 3. So I mean, this engine is just in great condition. Everything looks really nice, no warpage, no scoring in the bore. I mean, let me get a flashlight in there. It's super nice, and it's just really quality. I still have to take apart the case halves, which I have all the bolts out, I have all the rods and things out, and hopefully I can get that on video for you guys. So this was the unfortunate cylinder that piston ended up coming apart in, and even still, it just looks really quality. There's no scoring, all the cross hatching is still there from the machine shop, and I mean, it just looks absolutely beautiful. So I mean, the top down view of the crank, it still looks great. I mean, I can literally turn it by hand. Everything turns so smoothly. Thankfully there were no spun bearings, which was a big thing for me, because then getting the crank sent off and then having that issue. Different size bearings when I built this engine, which is something I want to get into just a little bit later. But hopefully I can get this case half apart. That's really what I want to focus on now, and that's, I'm gonna time lapse the video as I do that. So let's try and get it. But let's look at this crank. Super good. No scorings on any of the actual journals. Everything feels great, looks great. It is discolored a little bit, which makes me wonder how it got so hot. I'm not sure. This is the first crank I've ever pulled out So I'm not sure if all cranks look like this. I'm assuming not. So this might be a bit of concern. Maybe too high of oil temps is what I'm assuming. But overall, everything looks fantastic. And then just a quick overview of the case have main bearings for the crank. They all look fantastic. No scratches, no grooves, nothing. Everything looks really, really well on both sides. Awesome. So it's a brand new day, and it's actually Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving to everybody who does celebrate, and if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, well, just happy Thursday. I didn't really explain why I got the engine, or kind of just what my plans are for it. I want to turn the BRZ into a rocket ship, and you see a lot of engine swaps, whether it's a 2JZ, a K, or an LS, and I've even seen a Coyote, but like there's very like seldom times you see people really build the FA20s. Now they're not a great engine by any standards, but it's the engine that came in the car. I really want to take this FA20 to the moon, and that's why I have this second one, so I can build this one while the one in my car still works, so I don't have to have the BRZ have any downtime and me not have my car I really enjoy driving. This isn't going to be the last engine I want in it. This one, I have plans for it to just be around 500 wheel. That's the internals I want to put into it. I'm not doing any extra block work other than the machining required to put the pistons into it, which whether I'll have to, I still need to research. Other than that, it's just going to be a nice, reliably strong engine I can put power on, and that's what I'm really, really excited for. The whole turbo setup is going to change too. Right now it's internally wastegated and it's not really the greatest setup, and I'm going to switch to JDL because JDL is just, the kit is really great quality and it just sets everything up for a really nice powered situation for the BRZ. Taking the engine apart was interesting because it's like the first time I've taken an engine apart like that. Like I've been like with my friends and taking engines apart, but like this is one I just did by myself. I kind of just went through the motions, thought everything out, and it was like, it's obviously it's like it's a Lego basically. That's what all car engines are, just pieces put together. So it's not really hard to take an engine apart, but it was really enjoyable, and I want to show you that you can do this. I mean, I don't know if you saw the background of the video. I'm in a packed garage. Like it's just garage filled with like a bunch of like overflow of just stuff we have. I'm not in some crazy empty garage. Like I have a good necessity of tools, like a good availability to tools, of course. Like I do have a really nice assortment that I'm able to use, and that's really helpful because a lot of people don't have that. But I also just want to show you that you don't need all this fancy things. You know, you can go to Harbor Freight and get these tools that are not terribly expensive and take apart and build your engine. You know, you don't need a crazy warehouse to build a car, you know, put an engine in a car, you know. Now, would that be nice, and is that like possible for like the future? Yeah, 100%. I hope that exactly is what happens, but I want to also show you that you don't have to have that. You don't have to have the best things to make the best product, and that's really just what I want to pride myself on first, because you can have the best tools and not be the best worker and not make a great product. But also I want to learn with what I have, so when I get to the ability to have, you know, the best tools in this scenario, I can make product that's amazing, whether it be, in this case, talking about my car or the car I have in the future. So this is kind of just, it's a learning experience for me, and then hopefully through my mistakes or through what I can think up and achieve and learn myself, I'm able to teach whoever wants to watch and just join along on everything. This was kind of just thrown together because I realized I was editing the video. I didn't even have an outro, and I didn't even explain kind of why. But TLDR, I want the BRZ to be a rocket ship. This first engine I want at 500 wheel horsepower, and that's going to happen because I want it to happen. I'm going to make it happen. Other than that, there's not much more to say. The next video, I have a few ideas. I'm not even going to promise weekly because it'll come out soon, and I can promise that for sure because I have part of it recorded already. So thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for just being along with me and bearing with me in the months that I haven't been here, and hopefully you continue to stay. Maybe you bring some friends along too, and this can be a lot bigger than it is now, and a lot better of a learning experience for me and for all of you guys out there. So thank you, everybody, so much for being patient and being here and taking your time to watch this video. So see you guys in the next one.